you want to create something new, then you gotta destroy something beautiful.
So fat. So fat. Fat.
Gotta fix up the hair at least a little bit, bro. Nice as hell. Glad I put on normal shoes today instead of the Crocs. Dude, holy shit. When you're cutting your long glycogen, it's tough to be going up routes like these, bro. All right, so something's been on my mind recently, bro, and it's not good. Now, the problem is when people tell you to just keep on working every single day, you know, make sure you put in that effort consistently over time after time after time, eventually after a year or two, you'll be able to see the results of your work. But the problem is I've been making YouTube videos for like the past 2.5 years, and I've been making TikTok for like basically a year, and I haven't even blown up a single time. I've made over 300 YouTube videos, and I don't even know how many TikToks I made, bro. I mean, I make like multiple a day usually, so like it's definitely a lot. I haven't seen a single video that passed like 20K views on TikTok. Like I got like a 20K view video, and that's really it. And I don't mean to make this video to like bring the mood down and stuff like that, because why would I make just like a limp dick kind of video where it's just like, oh, bro, you know, I'm just gonna quit or whatever. But the desire is real, bro. The desire is real. And the thing is, I used to have so much faith, so much ambition. I'm gonna tell you back to where it all started. So this was basically back in late 2024. So I dated this girl, and that was like back in my blue pill days where I was like, you know, super like, you know, I was like lovey-dovey, I'd fall for a girl, you know, I think like we'd have such a good future, and then boom, I get my heart broken. And with this girl, it was kind of like the final straw, because I love this girl a lot, bro. I thought she was gonna be like someone in the future, you know what I mean? Like somebody who's like gonna be my, you know, future girlfriend. We're gonna date for years, happily ever after and shit like that. But I couldn't see through the fine lines, which I can see through now. And I ended up getting my heart broken. And then after that, it was like, there was nothing left. Because afterwards, I didn't have any like real connections. I didn't really have any like close friends anymore. I didn't have any of that. I used to have close friends. I used to talk to them every single day. But afterwards, I had nothing. And I ended up finding a community of guys that are pretty similar to me, of like self-improvement and stuff like that. Not Library of Abundance. I ended up talking to these few dudes. I ended up joining this community, and I ended up being introduced to the whole like self-improvement path. And I already knew what it was beforehand, but I wasn't really like super locked in on that up until after this breakup. And I began uploading videos around that time as well, like whilst I was dating the girl, but especially after, bro, I started going more like all in. And eventually I ended up like hitting a couple videos that ended up getting 1K views. And basically at the time I was like 14, and I'm like, holy shit, bro, you know, this shit is real, let's keep going. And this ended up in 2025 basically being like the whole year where, you know, I was like uploading, I was like meditating, I was like journaling, I was doing like all this self-improvement habits and stuff. And honestly, I think that year was really productive, and it really changed the way that I think about life. It really did. And the thing is, I had so much hope that things would become better. So much hope that I make my first money online from this YouTube stuff right now. I had so much hope that, you know, I'd get shredded. I have so much hope, you know, that I'd be jacked, people will recognize me and stuff like that. But all that hope went down the drain once like it started being March of this year. Now the thing is, I started uploading TikToks and stuff because I thought I'd make it like viral and stuff, and you know, I thought shit would go well, but in reality it's way more brutal than you actually think. Because what I've realized is that the genuine creators, like people like me who just speak their mind and just speak their heart and stuff like that, these people tend to not actually make it. And it kind of goes for like so many things in life. Like whenever you just go down, you know, like the honorable route, you know, making sure you're just like such a good dude, you don't make it. It's such an issue because on TikTok and stuff, like I see the people who are blowing up just like selling products and just, you know, telling people to do this goofy ass, you know, looks maxing method and shit like that. And then turn to find out, you know, these people are like on meth. They're getting arrested for like CP and stuff. And even on YouTube as well, like people are just promoting like some weird ass methods, you know, some clickbait shit to go viral. Or the other route is become extremely like different from everybody else. such as, you know, like having extreme like strength or having like a crazy ass physique. But the problem is I have none of those two things. I don't have like a crazy fucking physique, bro. I mean, I'll take off my shirt off in a second, but like I don't have a fucking like, I don't have the will to fucking lie to people, bro. I don't have any of that and things inside of my heart. And I was kind of like promised, like, if you ever watch like Hamza and stuff like that, if you ever see like his business advice, it would be like, bro, just upload videos, you know, show people your credibility. And I do have credibility, bro. I mean, I do got some fucking muscle. I'll give that to me, but like, I was doing that shit for a whole year, a year and a half. And I haven't had a single person wanting to buy from me. Not even one. Imagine that. You think you're gonna get a client, you're gonna get this and shit like that, but you haven't even gotten a single fucking person to even be interested in buying from you. And that's what makes me not want to turn this into a business anymore. Because I've been thinking, like, what if I just go back to the normie life, you know? What if I just fucking get a job? Because like I want to join a trade. I'm trying to do electrical and shit like that, but like, what if I just become a normie again? You know, I just quit all this YouTube stuff, maybe still go to the gym here and there, but you know, kind of give up on that. That's pretty gay, bro. Cause like, look, all of this shit right here, all of this fucking shit right here behind me, all of that shit could be mine, bro. I just keep thinking about it. Oh shit, I forgot I'm supposed to have my mic. Like, bro, all of this shit could be mine back there. But I haven't fucking made it. And I'm not even shredded, bro, look. I'm like 15, no, not even 15, like 18% body fat, bro. But guess what? I think quitting is like the lowest test limp dick move that I could do right now. Because even though I haven't gotten the results I wanted, like even though I don't have like the first fucking client, I'm still like pretty much a lonely dude, but I've learned to live with it, honestly. Like I don't really have close friends anymore. Other than a few dudes that I talk online, but it's like, it doesn't really count as close friends if they're just online friends. Even if I don't have any of that, I think that I've still come a long way. Because the problem is, it takes a while for you to turn from nothing to something. I mean, like, bro, like just 2 years ago, I was fucking like skinny fat and I was still like eating snacks every single day and I didn't have a good diet. I only started eating clean to like the beginning of last year. I think this process just takes so long and people just like underestimate stuff like that. Like, you know how like how online people like the craziest standards, like, oh bro, if you don't get jacked in like a year or two, then you're just fucking around and you're not, you know, doing the right program and stuff. It kind of is this, but just for like self-improvement in general. Because I've come to realize like it takes so long. And maybe this video will be the one who blows it up. Maybe it's not, bro. I mean, I've said that shit like so many times and it's never been the video that actually blows up or not. But I really hope that whoever's watching this, you know, this is kind of like a checkpoint kind of thing where it's just, I feel so fucking frustrated, man. No fucking progress. Well, I have made progress, but like, it's just, I feel so stuck and it feels like I'm just losing that passion that I had before. Not the passion for content, because I love doing content, but it's just like that vision, you know what I mean? The vision's like the most important part of just your whole thing. Like if you don't have a vision for your goals, if you don't have like a fucking like, you know, you don't get hyped up every single morning thinking about like, oh, you know, next month I'm gonna have this, and you know, in 6 months from now I'm gonna have this. If you don't feel that certain way, then you're just living a limp dick lifestyle, you know? This is part 2 to the journey. Cause I think that this whole time I was chasing results rather than chasing art. Cause content creation, I mean, who would have thought that I'd make a video out here in the fucking wilderness? Not really the wilderness, but like you get the point, like this fucking crazy ass view. Who would have thought about that? It's all just a form of art, honestly. And I was thinking about this while I was like watching movies and stuff like that. Like, why isn't filmmaking considered art, bro? I think it might be, but why isn't that shit considered art, man? I'm just making fucking film out here. I'm just fucking speaking my mind. But I will be great someday, and that's just the one thing that I have right now. And even if like I don't make fucking money from this for like 1, 2, 3 more years and stuff like that, and then even if I don't get jacked for like the next year, but by the way, like I'm gonna get shredded in like fucking 3 months, bro. Fucking trust that. I'm not gonna lie. I can't be limp dick about that shit. But if I don't make it, just improvise. But then again, I have been having that same mentality and it's brought me nowhere. So Not really nowhere. I mean, I've had 300 subscribers and shit, but maybe it's time for something unique, isn't it? Who'd have thought it's just some kid like speaking to a camera out here in 10 a.m. Not even at school. I mean, today's not a school day, but I mean, it's a Tuesday, but whatever, bro. Anyways, I just want to have like one last final message before I go. I want to use this as like a checkpoint, like I said beforehand, like a part 2. Because I think that all of this thing that I had before where it's like, oh bro, I'm gonna make some fucking money online and I'm gonna get fucking rich from this shit and, you know, 10K a month and stuff. I believe in that. And I wholeheartedly think that I'm gonna make it on YouTube. But I've just been approaching things wrong. Because I haven't been putting in my all, honestly. I haven't been making art. I haven't been being 100% genuine. Like when I look back on my old videos, bro, I just spoke like, you know, like trying to be somebody else. And that's just not who I was, you know. Like my friends, actually, they found a video of mine like from a year ago. It was like some video where I was talking about CeraVe, and it's still on my channel, bro. I'm keeping all my old shit up so you guys can see how much I've changed. It was like me fucking speaking like, oh, if you're doing this, you're gonna have female estrogens. And I mean, I still agree with like myself last year, but it's just like I wasn't being authentic, and I think it's time for that authenticity. Time for that fucking change. I think it's time, bro. What up? What's up, bro? I think it's I think it's time for some fucking change, dude. If you wanna join me, just keep on watching my videos and shit like that, then go ahead, because I'm not gonna quit. I'm gonna keep making some content. I'm gonna get fucking rich. I don't know how long that'll take me, but whatever, bro. I'm transferring my seat, because why not? So, this is not the end, but the beginning. Watch the TikTok, watch the Instagram. Just join me on this shit. And always remember, in every single aspect of life, that you are your biggest enemy and path to achieving success.